Best hosting for WordPress e-commerce. Finding a top-notch cheap web hosting carrier isn't very easy. Every site will certainly have different demands from a host. Plus, you have to contrast all the attributes of a holding company, all while seeking the very best offer feasible. This can be a whole lot to sort through, especially if this is your very first time buying hosting or constructing a site. Most hosts will supply extremely affordable introductory prices, only to elevate those rates 2 or 3 times greater once your preliminary call is up. Some hosts will certainly provide totally free rewards when you subscribe, such as a cost-free domain, or a complimentary SSL certificate. Number 1. InMotion Hosting Review. In particular, we're looking into InMotion Hosting's e-commerce optimized plans for online stores built on top of WooCommerce, WordPress, as well as Magento, OpenCart and other dedicated platforms. Is InMotion web hosting the right choice for your business and store? Will it be able to run your e-commerce operation effectively? Let's find out in this review. This InMotion e-commerce hosting review is updated for 2016. It talks about all the features currently available at InMotion and how they play along with e-commerce. It gets into the ins and outs of working with InMotion for e-commerce hosting, reviews the pros and cons, the price, and gives you a quick how-to on the most important features. InMotion e-commerce web hosting review. InMotion offers a couple of interesting plans when it comes to e-commerce servers. Based on what software you want to use for running your e-commerce store, some of them may be more suitable than the others. First is standard WordPress hosting. Those packages are optimized to work with WordPress, and also to handle WooCommerce as the script running your e-commerce store. There aren't any WooCommerce specific hosting plans, but the parameters of this package should be sufficient anyway, more on that in a minute. Second is specialized SSD shared hosting for e-commerce. Something a bit more optimized for e-commerce projects that are starting out small. Third is advanced SSD VPS hosting for e-commerce. A one-step up from the shared e-commerce hosting. A solution for stores operating at a slightly larger scale. Apart from running WooCommerce as your software of choice, you can also install OpenCart or even Magento on any of the e-commerce plans. InMotion provides some tutorials as to how to do so, 1, 2, and promises good performance for those setups. That being said, I wouldn't advise installing Magento on anything lower than the SSD VPS plan. Looking at the plans, the fact that you can opt for the VPS plan right out the gate makes InMotion a good alternative for other e-commerce web hosts out there. Features in InMotion e-commerce web hosting. Here's what you get with InMotion e-commerce hosting. Category A, PCI compliant data centers. SSL certificate available, although paid additionally, $25 installation fee. Dedicated IP addresses available free of charge on the VPS plans. For shared hosting, $2 per month. 60 to 200 gigabytes of disk space on the VPS servers. VPS server configuration optimized for speed, RAID 6 disk space, SSD drives, 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM. Free backups every 24 to 36 hours. 24/7/365 support with all VPS hosting plans. Multiple data centers utilized. Get your site served from the nearest location, but only in the US. Custom advanced policy firewall. SSH and root access available. Set up unlimited websites, domains, and MySQL databases. Who's InMotion e-commerce web hosting best suited for? Let's start with the bad. Even though InMotion offers e-commerce hosting plans of all types, their cheap shared hosting options aren't that impressive. For instance, even though you're promised to have a PCI compliant server, the SSL and dedicated IPs are paid additionally. And there doesn't seem to be any straightforward way of just enabling everything. On the flip side, their VPS offer for mid to big size e-commerce stores really looks good. You get multiple dedicated IPs, the possibility to work with multiple domains, automatic backups, and really powerful machines. I mean, 8 GB of RAM is more than you need to run GTA 5, not to mention handling e-commerce operations. Finally, their main selling point when it comes to hardware, the SSD drives. This technology is even 20x faster than standard spinning drives. And the faster your store operates, the happier your customers are and the more they're willing to buy. In the end, I recommend InMotion for business owners who need a fast, reliable and really optimized VPS server. A server that can grow alongside their business and will be able to handle everything that might happen during the store's daily dealings. Review conclusion. Is InMotion e-commerce web hosting the right host for your e-commerce store? Pros of InMotion e-commerce web hosting. Multiple installers available for all popular scripts and e-commerce platforms. This includes Magento, PrestaShop, WooCommerce for WordPress, OpenCart, OzCommerce and more. Servers optimized for performance. Very fast SSD drives available by default. 24/7/365 support and automated backups every 24 to 36 hours. You get 2+ dedicated IP addresses on the VPS plans. Cons of InMotion e-commerce web hosting. SSL certificate not included out the gate. You have to install it manually or ask for it to be installed. Data centers only in the US. Second is A2 hosting. A2 hosting's turbo servers allow page load speeds up to 20x faster than regular servers. Other features like SSD storage and unmetered disk space also contribute to a quick user experience. And speed is important, since even a 1-second delay can reduce conversions by 7%. A2 hosting also offers e-commerce specific plans for all of its hosting types. So whether you choose a shared, VPS, or dedicated plan, you'll have an option tailored to the needs of an online store. Uptime is the only place where A2 hosting doesn't soar above the competition. At 99.95%, its uptime is respectable, but not as high as it could be. However, 99.95% is just the minimum guarantee, meaning you could well experience much better uptime than this. What A2 hosting lacks in uptime, it makes up for in speed and customer service, so it's just a question of which factors you value the most. Support and security. A2 hosting's customer support is one of its standout features. The Guru Crew, as A2's customer support team like to be called, is available 24/7 via phone and live chat. In addition to the Guru Crew, there's also a searchable knowledge base full of helpful articles that you can access anytime. As far as security goes, the free SSL certificate included with every plan ensures that your site, and your shoppers, will be safe. But A2 hosting goes beyond the basics with its own perpetual security initiative, which includes free hack scan protection to prevent attacks, reinforced distributed denial of service (DDoS) protection, and a dual hosting firewall to block unauthorized users. With A2, you can choose from shared, VPS, and dedicated hosting for your online store, and get e-commerce hosting for as little as $2.99 per month on shared hosting plans. For the speedy turbo server option, you need to be on at least the $9.99 per month Turbo Boost shared hosting plan. For very small or very new online stores, the Turbo Boost shared plan is a good option, and you can always scale up to a VPS plan later as your site grows. Third is Hostinger. Lithuanian-sprung host Hostinger claims to serve over 29 million happy clients to date. With a cheap, kind of insanely cheap introductory price, we wondered if Hostinger was some sort of dud. It's one of the cheapest hosts on the market after all. Did such low prices mean its offerings would be hit and miss? But, after playing around with 3 premium accounts on Hostinger, we have test sites on their Singapore, Amsterdam and US data center. Read our in-depth review here. We're convinced that they too deserve a spot on this list. Their caching technology, BitNinja, an all-in-one real-time protection suite, a drag-and-drop website builder, free domain registration and a 99.9% uptime guarantee are just the tip of the iceberg. What impressed us most was they run a total of 4 customer support centers worldwide, or customer success centers, as they call them, in Lithuania, Georgia, Brazil and Ukraine. When we asked a Hostinger rep about it, he told us they're determined to serve clients in their mother tongue. In fact, they currently serve their customers in a whopping 20 languages. Vietnamese, Danish and Arabic, to name a few. Talk about dedication to support. That also explains why they have data centers in 6 different regions: UK, US, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Indonesia and soon Lithuania. They clearly have the spread and the depth to provide very localized customer service, offering support that speaks your mother tongue. Hostinger is perfect for those of you who need handheld help. And what better incentive to start your e-commerce site than a super low introductory price? What we didn't like about Hostinger: the lowest introductory price requires a commitment of 48 months. But their 12-month price is also very reasonable, starting at $1.95. No phone support, they only offer a ticket system. SSL, CDN and daily backups doesn't come free with the plans. Video contains affiliate links, means I can earn commission if you buy by using my link. Thank you.